Hi, Steve here. Welcome back to another edition of Big Bore Guns. Today I'm going to be doing a part 2 on the Rossi R92 and 454 Casull. Now the reason I'm doing this is because some of you in the comments have asked, could you go ahead and do a review of that? We want to know how it's working now that you've made some changes. Let's see how it also performs with both 454 Casull and with 45 Long Colt since those changes have been made. So this is going to be a pretty brief video because I'm going to go right out to the range. We're going to begin shooting this gun and talking about the different ammos and how it performed. Spoiler alert, there was a big issue with this gun during that shooting. So let's go ahead and get started right now. So to start out the testing, I went ahead and started using the 454 Casull ammo. I wanted to start out with the rounds that this gun is designed for. The first rounds I tried out, you can see here, was Underwood Jacketed Hollow Point XTP 240 grain bullets. You can see by this video, it started hanging up right away. It just wasn't performing well. I didn't want to continue to use those bullets, so I went ahead and jumped to the next round after having several issues with these rounds. Now they did eject okay. The problem was feeding in and loading them to the chamber. The second rounds I used, you'll see here, are the Magtech full metal jackets. Now these are 260 grain bullets. The first time I used them, I had some malfunctions. You can see here, same thing. I couldn't get them to load in the chamber properly. I went ahead and loaded up just a few more rounds. I made sure I racked them properly. And with this gun, it's very, very important that you do fully engage that lever out and back. If it's short at all, it doesn't seem to like to load the rounds. It'll cause issues going forward. So I went ahead and I made sure I'd racked the rounds properly. Those bullets performed okay, not great, but they did do okay. So I went ahead to the next rounds after that. So the third round I tried, and this was one I had an issue with all along, so I didn't expect it to work. I did go ahead and put a couple of the rounds into the magazine. So these are the double tap 454 Casulls. These are 335 grains, and they will load in the magazine fine. The problem is chambering them. If you look at the shape here, it doesn't have much taper at all on the bullet, and it just not load properly into the chamber. So it's one I didn't continue to use. I tried a couple times. I also tried the 45 Long Colt in this same double tap ammo. It just does not load well with this hard cast ammo because there's not enough taper on the bullet. The last one here is the Hornady 300 grain XTP hollow point bullet. You can see it had no issues at all. It loaded fine, it chambered fine, and it fired fine. This Hornady worked very well, had no issues at all. So I went ahead and went on to the 45 Long Colt. I have fired a couple boxes of ammo through this gun since my last video just to be sure I got it broke in before I actually did this video. And here are the results. So here's the double tap I put in, 45 Long Colt. You can see it just does not load properly. It will not go into the chamber because of the shape of the bullet. Next is the 250 grain XCP jacketed hollow point from Underwood. You can see here, I did get it to work inconsistently. Part of that might be due to how I was running the slide. However, it just did not load efficiently. When I look down into the chamber, you can see that they're just so short. It's hard for the bullet to line up correctly and go into the chamber consistently every time. So I was not happy with the results with that one at all. The last bullets I tried were Precision 1. You can see here they're 250 grain XTP hollow point ammo. I've had very good success using these in some of my other firearms, so I went ahead and tried it in this gun as well. I was really happy with the results. Even with 45 Long Colt, maybe it's due to the design of the bullets or the shape of the bullet, but it did load consistently every time. I was able to get 45 Long Colts to fire accurately with this gun. Every single shot, I was very happy with the way it performed. So I'd highly recommend the Precision 1 ammo for this particular gun. Well, towards the end of the test, I started having issues. I tried to load up another set of Precision 1 just to run a full magazine to see how they do, and they weren't loading properly. Then when I went ahead and did get the rounds in there, I was trying to gauge them, and they just would not come into the chamber from the magazine tube. I found out I have an issue now. Let me show you what it is here. Hopefully you can see this on the video. This is the magazine rod. I have gone ahead and removed it. You can see up here there's a dent in the rod, and the rod is also bent. At some time during this test, it actually bent in the gun. I guess it's due to the recoil. Right here there's a screw between the magazine and the barrel, and it looks like it had been sliding back. And when I went back and reviewed the tape, I can actually see the forearm starting to move up the barrel. Evidently, that was the problem with these final rounds. I went ahead and sent a note to Rossi to have them take a look at it, see what they can say, what I can do to get this fixed or get a new part. I looked online. They're not very expensive. I didn't expect that to happen. I'm really surprised it slid down there. The screws were still really tight, but it still gave way from the recoil. Now, this issue wasn't causing my issues with the 45 not firing, because the bullets were going into the chamber. They were rising up towards the barrel. The problem was they just weren't going into the barrel when you pull the lever forward. For now, I'm out of commission with this gun. It'll be interesting to see what kind of support I get with it. I really don't have anything else to say about this. I hope you've enjoyed this follow-up part 2. Very brief video. If you do me a favor and like or subscribe, that helps my channel out a great deal. Until next time, when we do another gun review, we'll see you again on Big Bore Guns.